guys, this is Julie with Dawson's Family Farm, and today is a date day Friday. So Grant and I here on the farm. The kids are off at school, and we have a few things planned. One of those things is to help Cookie, our show pig, Savannah's show pig, learn to walk. So apparently there's special walking that they need to do, and this is the first time she's been out of her pen and allowed to roam a little and discover new things. So come along and we'll show you what we're up to today, this weekend. She's up here by the house discovering all kinds of new things. Hey, Cookie!
Says he barks, apparently.
Apparently we like barks. Hey, Cookie! Hi! Do you say hi? Tell everybody hi. Yeah. She's really, really sweet. The kids have loved having her here, and we don't have a dog, so she's like our little dog.
Mm-hmm.
They love to play with her and talk to her, and I think she's a pretty good companion right now. So the kids are at a new school and new friends and new things to just, you know, life. When you start something new, it's just hard, and some things are just hard. So it's nice to have a friend to listen to you that's not going to tell you how to fix it or make things better. And so I think Cookie's become a quiet companion to some of the kids. So basically walking a pig is like just kind of guiding it around.
Well, yeah. She's just exploring everything it's all new to.
Oh, hi. Hi. So her skin is really tough and her hair is really coarse. If you wondered what a pig felt like, I had never really spent much time with pigs, but
Yeah, they only get coarser as they get older. Oh, that's a good place to lay down.
take a nap in the leaves,
Mm-hmm.
roll around. Ah, feels good. There's something right there that she likes. Hey, don't root up my yard.
Okay. All you gotta do is just give it a little tap up there in the spout, and it'll give it a stop.
I thought she would take off, like bolt off, but apparently that's not.
She's just exploring and looking for stuff to eat.
Now let's see if she wants to go back in her pen.
There we go. She'll figure it out.
Oh, there she goes.
There you go. Good job.
Oh yeah, straight to the house. Whew, it's nap time.
Mm-hmm.
She is a good pig. I mean, I've never had a pig, but I imagine if you have a pig, she seems to be a really good one.
She seems to.
We need to bring you some marshmallows for all that. You did a good job, Cook. Hey, Cook. You want some marshmallows? Want some marshmallows? You did a good job. Yeah. You did a good job with all your walking around. There you go.
Look
Put it down there, put it down there.
Big hen fed.
And fed our marshmallows. We want to get on the... You did a good job. Alright, Grant.
Yo.
So, think she's going to make a good show pig?
Yep. We're just going to have to walk her every day where she can calm down a little bit and not want to sprint and run. You don't want that to happen during a show. But usually you don't do so good if your pig's just running back and forth across the show ring. But she's gonna be a good pig. She's got a lot of muscle. She's good there. She kind of, and she's long and she got a good top, so she just needs some walking to kind of get limbered up a little bit, but she's pretty good. So no, we're having a good time. Savannah's really enjoying her pig, and the kids are, and even I've enjoyed having her too, so it's been kind of fun. So anytime your kids can do something that you did when something you did and you enjoyed in high school, it makes things more fun, and it's always enjoyable. And it also helps that the weather's a lot cooler than it has been, and it's finally starting to act like fall now, and it makes it more enjoyable to be outside. But she's actually the pig. We're getting ready to change her to her next level of feed. She can kind of go away from her starter pig type of feed to more of a protein based feed, so we can start doing that. So we're going to mix the two together to start her out, and then we'll move on from there. So apparently hogs nowadays, you need to wash them every day, or quite often. That's a lot more than I did whenever we usually just washed them and then clipped them. That's the only time we washed them, but things are a little bit different now than they used to be. So
But what's the point in the washing?
it just keeps their hair looking good and their skin soft. And see, she looks kind of dry right now, but you could use a bath and some kind of oil or something on her. I'm still learning what we're doing on this pig.
She's got better hair treatments than what I do.
And me too, obviously.
Oh well. Sorry.
It's okay. But we're having a good day. We're having kind of a day when the kids are at school. I get every other Friday off, and it's nice to be able to do some stuff around here with Julie and run some errands and things. I need to go get some feed today, and I've got a trough I need to fix. It's got a hole in it. I'm gonna try to weld it up, and so
You can buy a hose.
I gotta buy a hose. The one we got is about 20 feet too short, so we need another hose. So
Make watering a lot easier, especially in the winter. You
yeah,
have to fill up the buckets and then pour them everywhere.
Anna's she's building some muscle, picking up water buckets and dumping them in. She hasn't enjoyed that part as much, but it's building character. I always say that. If it's something hard for the kids,
sure,
and they're having to work, it builds character, and it does.
Yep, that's true.
Makes you strong and makes you be able to stick with something and don't quit.
I think I want to go pick some of those grasses over there. They're tall. What are those?
Purple top tridents.
I think they would be pretty in a vase.
Okay, well, let's do it. Anything for you, baby.
Thanks. Grass.
You get grass.
Awesome. All right, let's go next. All right, so what kind of?
I think these are called purple top trident. You can see the purple in the seeds.
Yep.
So they're kind of pretty. They're seeded out right now. So what we'll do, when we get a whole bunch of them, we'll come back and we'll cut this all flush, so we're all the same length, and we'll.
Hey, Cookie.
She's being friendly. We'll take some twine or something, tie these up, where it kind of makes a neat little bundle. And there's millions of them out here.
There's not a lot of these, but this is pretty too.
Yeah, that's like foxtail millet or something. If y'all know what kind of grass, this is, comment down below. Oh, here's some Indian grass.
Oh, I do like that. We don't have enough of that to cut, do we?
No.
You want that to grow.
This will be a good example for one to keep. I put in I'm gonna build a native flower garden up there. I'm gonna try to plant more natives. And this Indian grass is native. You can kind of see it. And if you've ever seen the movie Dances with Wolves, which is one of my favorite movies, there's a part in there where the chief, or I think he's actually the medicine man of the Lakota Sioux, he's walking in the prairie. I think it's filmed in South Dakota, but he's walking in there and he feels the grass, like with his hands, like it's about this time of year probably, and he's walking around and he feels the tops of the grass. And that's always, for whatever reason, that stuck with me. And he's walking. It's like a artistic part of the movie when they're talking. It's getting close to winter time, the fall, and they're doing their buffalo hunts and stuff, and he's walking, he feels the grass. So that's something I like. Comment down below if you've seen that movie, if you know what I'm talking about.
We're getting old, Grant. Dances with the Wolves.
That was filmed in like 90, I think.
There's not going to be many people that have...
No, but some of our audience does.
That's true.
This stuff makes good habitat for quail and their chicks. They like to... We haven't seen any quail here or heard any. We used to have a few here, but there's not many quail around, but they would be down in this stuff, and because it has some cover, get away from hawks and coyotes and bobcats, which apparently we have a lot of bobcats here. Ouch! There's also lots of blackberries here.
We did see a bobcat on the trail camera.
Yeah, and the same 3 deer.
We thought it might be more of an exciting reveal video, but that one didn't make it.
Yeah, it will. The bucks aren't.
We'll include the picture of the bobcat at the end of this video. How about that?
We'll find.
Yeah.
The bucks haven't showed up. Usually around the end of October, the bucks start showing up, and we haven't there yet because the ladies, are around. They like to be around those ladies. I like to be around one lady. And these also don't require water, so
they'll just dry.
They'll just dry, and they'll last a long time once they dry and stiffen up. That's really pretty. Look at the colors. See the purples and stuff, and the greens.
Yellow and green and golden. The sunshine feels good.
Yeah.
It's only like...
It feels good in the shade.
No.
After a long hot summer, it feels good.
It's only 57 degrees out this morning.
I like it.
I think the sunshine feels good. So Grant's over there collecting long stems for the vases, which reminds me, I've been researching how to do flower cut gardens. So that may be on my agenda to start. But now that we have all this land and garden area, it's something that has, I don't know, caught my attention and something I'm wanting to learn more about. If any of y'all have cut gardens, I'd love to know, and follow you if you're posting anything on any kind of socials or anything like that, because I'm definitely in the learning stage. So I do have 2 master gardeners who live on the property with us, my in-laws, with Oak Grove Garden on Instagram if you follow her, and hers are gorgeous, and garden plants. So I have a wealth of knowledge there, but doing it yourself is different than watching someone else do it. So I'm excited to trial and error next year and see what I can come up with. What I do know is that Grant loves flowers and the grasses and all those things. So I think it's hard to, the stresses that come with a job and working in an office and all that kind of stuff. It's good for him to come to a garden and de-stress and unwind, and he loves teaching the kids about all this too. So if we can further the things to do outside throughout the year and enjoy nature and all the things that God provides and the beauty that comes along with it. I just think it's really neat, and so I'm really interested in it. So if you have any resources or favorite people, especially in my area of the country, leave a link to their site if you don't actually do it yourself, but you follow someone, because I'm definitely learning all about it. Wandered all over for those grasses.
Found grasses.
Yay!
There's some ragweed over there. Do you want me to get that too?
I think we can probably pass on the ragweed. I don't know, I heard from someone this week that said ragweed pollen is really too big to affect us for allergies. It's other pollens that we're actually allergic to. I'm not sure how much stock I put in that, but
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I'm not sure we should have ragweed in the house.
No. I can tell you, down in our lease, we used to do deer counts. Like, as part of our management, we got extra doe tags down there because we're part of the DMAP, which is like Deer Management Assistance Program or something. Anyway, part of that, it was required that you went out and surveyed your deer at night, did like a deer count. And the place at that time was like 3,500 acres or bigger, and we drive all over it, and the pollen from the ragweed would be all over us, all over. It'd be the four-wheeler would be like basically yellow from all that. And it was pretty intense because it's down there, it's real dry like it is. The cows graze everything down and it doesn't have good soil there, so the turf grasses and stuff don't take hold. So it's mostly ragweed, which is ragweed's not bad for wildlife, but it's the pollen was
The human life.
the human life, it wasn't so good.
It is pretty though.
It is pretty, and it makes good wild feed. Deer like it. Those little seeds from the ragweed are good for quail and turkeys, and your cows will eat it too to a certain extent. But usually, if you have a lot of ragweed in your pasture, it usually means you're overgrazing it, probably. That and those little yellow flowers called sneeze weeds. They don't get very big, probably 8 or 10 inches tall, but anytime you see a place where it's got a bunch of horses and they have all that yellow flower, those yellow sneeze weeds, usually means that they're it's overgrazed. So, and then at one point in time, this place was overgrazed because we had too many cows on it, but it's not the case anymore. We don't have many. But
Hey y'all, so we finished running our errands to get the pig feed, and we got oil change, and before the kids get home, we got one more project to see if we can get accomplished. We have a trough that has a hole in it. But it would be really fun, well, not fun, anyway, it'd be really good to use it as a water trough for Cookie the pig. It has bars in it, so she can't just like lay in it and use it as a pool. So, but it has a hole in it, and so Grant's going to do a little welding to see if he can close up the hole and make it useful again. So that is what we're here doing. Hey Grant.
What?
What's he gonna do?
Fix to do a little bit of welding.
Okay, so let's do a dumb question. But are those sticks like become the
Yes.
weld material?
It melts. So you're grounded. I'm going to put the ground back on here, but the current flows through this, through here, this lead, through this rod, and the rod melts as the current's going through it because it's got to go to ground.
So when it's a closed circuit, that makes that melt
Yes.
and stick to the metal.
Yeah.
So it's like a fancy hot glue then.
More or less.
Well, maybe not the whole electrical current thing, but melting into it.
Yeah.
Okay, I've had it now.
You're good. little bit. My grandpa did, and Dad did some. But I learned in ag, FFA, I learned to weld with a MIG welder, which is that right there, basically. And but we would weld like round bell feeders and different stuff like that. And I've been kind of around it. Even now, I'm around it some at work, and some of the things we buy requires welding. So, but yeah, I just was around it, kind of absorbed it. And in FFA, I learned how to do it, and don't look at these. Well, they're not great, but
Get the job done.
but it's going to get the job done. They say that you can either be a farmer or a welder, but you can't be both. So, anyway, where's that?
I was just noticing as he was flipping this over that this looks like an old hot water tank.
Yep.
And he said that's exactly what it is.
Yep.
So if you don't know what to do with your old hot water tanks, you can turn them into...
You have to get
Troughs.
you a torch or something. This is what happened here. It was cut off with the torch.
And we have one sitting in our backyard because we just had to replace our hot water heater.
Cover. I'm gonna hydro test this thing.
That's a really fancy word.
Well, it is what it is to make sure it doesn't leak. It'll be a miracle if this holds water.
Well, it's sat in the pasture for how long?
Yeah, it's got-
Since you were
it's
in...
leaking. It's leaking.
Aw. Is it just in that one spot, or
Huh?
just in that one spot?
Yeah, well, what I can tell down here, it's hard to tell exactly where it's leaking. Oh, I know what I could do.
That Flexo stuff?
Yep. So I'll just get some Flexi and spray all in there and see what that does.
Show me your muscles.
Well, I don't want to throw my back out, but that's a piece of 30-inch pipe from the Millennium Pipeline in New York. I got that from my old place of employment.
We're gonna use it for our fire pit. We're gonna have a fire pit.
Yep.
I'm excited whenever this burn ban goes away.
She's gonna burn everything. You better watch out.
Well, you have burn piles for all
Burning.
the extra stuff.
Yep.
This is gonna be fancy. Because that's how we roll.
Yeah.
We have real fancy stuff.
And then
What's your job today?
go feed the cow.
Go feed the cows.
Sorry we haven't been posting videos about the cows in a while.
Well, why haven't we been posting videos about the cows?
Outside the field.
That's right, they've been on the other side of the property. But they're back. They're back for the fall. And they've grown a ton.
Wow, that was a good long year.
I know, look how big they are now. All right, how are you gonna feed them?
I don't want that was a... Whoa!
Should I pour it for you?
And see.
I lost my shoes.
You really?
Yeah, walked right out of it. Like it's empty now.
Yep. Yep, that's why you don't wear barefoot.
know,
They can
right?
stomp on their feet.
They could stomp on your feet. They're very excited.
Rudy!
That's all there is, Big Joe.
Big Joe, you're a little feisty.
Big Joe. Hi. I know. I don't have anything for you.
Hey!
That's the end of date day.
Mm-hmm.
We welded some stuff, shopped for some stuff, got an oil change, spent time together.
Went to football practice.
Went shopping for our fall wreath. with
Fed
my
the pigs and chickens and cattle.
Yeah. So there was an incident at the end of date day, which is why everything ended kind of abruptly. But I was helping feed the cattle, and Big Joe, well, he's named Big Joe for a reason, so because he's really, really big. And I got my hand caught between the cable wire at the fence and his head. He actually is just a little food aggressive, I think, and went after. I thought I had more than I was done feeding him, but he thought I had more, so he rammed his head up against the cable, and my hand was in between the cable and his head. So I don't know if you can see that or not, but
Her hand's really swollen.
it's really swollen, and I haven't been hurt like that in a long time. So I don't think anything's broken. I can move everything, but it's tight. So thankfully, I think I'm gonna be okay. But it was a little scary. I forget that, you know, they're really big animals, and I didn't grow up on a farm, so I'm learning. But they're not pet size anymore. So
No, they're dangerous. They weigh 600 or 700 pounds, so you gotta be careful with them. Now, you have to kind of treat them with respect and kind of stay out of their way.
So anyway, we hope you have a great weekend and do something you love and with someone you love. And this is probably my favorite thing about date days. It's just kind of a whole day to just spend together until the kids get off the bus. So it's good to reconnect and do that every once in a while. And we get to do it every other Friday. So mostly.
Yeah, most of the time.
So anyway, we hope you all have a great weekend, and God bless.
See you guys.